Welcome everyone to the Spring 2023 Element 46 Tech Accelerator Demo Day. First, we'd like to welcome to say a few words the Deputy County Executive, Kenneth Jenkins.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Oh, wait, come on, get the nerves out. Good evening. So I was talking to some of our wonderful presenters this evening and saying, you know what, if you're feeling a little nervous, and they're like, yeah, I'm a little nervous. I was like, yes, every time I stand up, I feel just a little bit nervous, and that's okay. You all got this, right? So first, it is so exciting to be here at the very first cohort that's been powered by our friends at Accelerator. Let's give it up for them, all the hard work. It's such an exciting time to be able to do these kind of presentations, do your demos, pitch day as it would be called, but to be able to show the hard work that you all have done. So I'm looking so forward to seeing the end results of that under the dynamic leadership from our economic development tag team partners that, both Deb Novak, come on, give it up for Deb. Right? And Bridget Gibbons. Yep, give it up for Bridget. You can give it up for the county executive, but I'll introduce him in a minute, right? The reality is, again, that this kind of work doesn't happen in a vacuum, and because of Deb Novak taking it from what it was, it started out in a basement in a building that there's not even a basement in there anymore. That was in the county center. And there was other places that were going on. And taking it to the place it is now with the tech accelerators and focus, it is just so exciting. So congratulations, good luck tonight. You're here, you're already excited, and it's gonna be a great evening. And with that, let me bring up the county executive, my partner, George Latimer, our leader in Westchester County. Let's give it up for George Latimer.
Thank you, Ken. So it was a night, I think in March, it could have been April of 1990. I am the National Director of Sales for a hospitality company, and I'm in San Francisco, California, staying at the Hyatt Embarcadero. And I have two people on my team based in the San Francisco office, and we're having drinks before a late dinner, and we're sitting around with napkins, and we're planning out how we might create our own company. I am 35 years old at the time, pretty smart in my own head, and the other two folks were in the same basic age category. And as we were planning it out, we discussed it, we thought we had a workable model, and then we chickened out. We just chickened out. The napkins went in the pockets. I went back up to the room. The next day we had meetings, and we went out. I had some sales calls to make. I had to go down the coast to Santa Cruz, California. I thought about it. It was a nice thought in the car, and my life took a completely different direction. Who knew I'd go into politics? That's probably not the smart career move. But the bottom line was many of us as individuals have ideas about what we think could turn into a viable business or could turn into a mission for ourselves. And even if you're well compensated when you work in an organization, you know that the organization is owned by somebody else, and you're a productive member of an organization, but it's not your organization. And you think about what you could do if you were unleashed with your own creativity and your own drive and determination. And so you're sitting here tonight, those of you who are going to be pitching, doing something that I chickened out. Now, I had some guts later on to run for county executive. It ain't the easiest task in the world. But what I always understood from my own background, and I think I'm the only county executive to come out of a sales and marketing background, my predecessors were educators and lawyers and a couple of other different things, is how much of our economy drives not just around the major U.S. corporations that are here in Westchester County, but drives around the individual who has an idea and can take that idea to fruition. Now, we have a major corporation that we're all familiar with, Regeneron, that began with two brilliant minds, Len Schleifer and George Yancopoulos, and how they've been able to turn that into a major biotech organization. But I grew up in a county in which IBM made the decision to move from New York City into Westchester. PepsiCo moved into Westchester County, and then in those days, Nestle, now much later, MasterCard, Danone, North America, Heineken, USA, all put their operations here. And so for many people, the thought of what business in Westchester was, and still is, are major US corporations calling this their home. What I've come to realize is what makes Westchester the potential for the future is you. An idea, the drive, and the ability to take that idea and turn it into something profitable that may well be capitalized into you and one other person, you and 3 to 4 or 5 people, you to 25 people, and then you to the next great contributor. In areas of work that are new technologies and things that we haven't thought about before, but you've thought about it. So tonight is a great opportunity. I'm sorry, both Ken and I have, unfortunately, other places to be because of all the meetings that I'm going to go to tonight. This is the one I like to stay at and hear over the course of time, just because of my background and my interest area. Ken also has a corporate background as well. But we're very happy that through our economic development team and the work of the outstanding consultants that we have working with us, that we can make this a part of who we are as a government. That government is not just bureaucratic. Government can be creative. It can put resources behind the next generation of innovators and the next generation of successful businessmen. And I guess my hope as I push age 70 is that I'm going to be around long enough to see your success. Have a great night tonight and a great future ahead of you.
And we're back. Cool. So welcome, everyone. Thank you to the Deputy County Executive and the County Executive for their time tonight. Thank you all for being here as well. I want to take a few moments here to talk about what we're trying to accomplish with this program, the purpose and the role that it plays in the county, and a few ways that you can make the most of it tonight. Before we do that, let's talk for a second about what actually happens at an accelerator. Now, I look at the audience today, and I know that some of us are mentors at least one accelerator. Who are you? So some of these are mentors from the Element 46 Accelerator. They are also mentors and operators within the startup ecosystem across the New York City region and beyond. We also have alumni here. Are there any alumni present? Yes, great, awesome. So inside of an accelerator, we see an experience where there's a curriculum of content that can help amplify the growth and the expertise of entrepreneurs and innovators. But we also see a community come together. And over the 2 months or the 3 months that an accelerator happens, that's really what's going on. We're seeing the founders get connected to the access, to the capital, to the relationships that they need in order to move forward. And that's what makes these programs special. So accelerators started back in 2007 with organizations like Y Combinator, Techstars. Are these familiar names to anybody? Yes, nods, great, awesome. And have since become adopted by startup ecosystems all over the world. So while these programs were very few in number just 15 years ago, they now number in the tens of thousands and are the hub of how startup ecosystems operate globally today. Now, the Westchester County Office of Economic Development innovated their own program back in 2018. That was from Deborah, who the county executives referenced earlier, our director of entrepreneurship and innovation. And she saw in that time that there is a dynamic startup ecosystem active in Westchester County, and that this program was effective in bringing them together as well as amplifying them. And so as we came out of the pandemic, the county decided to partner with Stella, where we build accelerators, and amplify the program from an incubator into a world-class accelerator program that would help founders inside of Westchester County achieve their goals for their businesses and their ventures. And so this is a photo of our launch back June 8th, 2022, almost exactly a year ago. And then we were quickly picked up by the press as soon as the announcement went live This is the program featured on the NASDAQ Tower in Midtown. It was also featured on Business Insider. And so we were able to attract some great startups for our first cohort, and that was the big question. We know that this is a active, deep startup ecosystem, but would an accelerator bring those startups together? And the answer was yes this past fall. We have many of the founders that participated that were selected for the fall program here. Thank you for being back. They were here just 6 months ago, December 15th, 2022, to do what this spring cohort is now about to endeavor for you tonight. They each pitched their ventures and were able to continue building, taking advantage of the ecosystem here through the program. And so we have 11 tech startups that were selected for this program out of many more applicants. So these are the best of the best in this county. And they have been through 3 months of rigorous program. I think they would all agree. Over 30 hours of curriculum, over 100 meetings with myself and our staff, and many more meetings with their mentors, other events that they've attended, and really taking part, being leaders in building out the startup ecosystem here in Westchester. But the most important thing about these startups that I hope you all think about as you hear their pitches today is where they were on day one of the program. Every one of these startups had a product either in the hands of customers or were in testing. Many of them already had funding in the form of investment or customer checks. All of them had dynamic teams set up and committed to their ventures behind them. They had made the commitment and made a lot of the progress that you need to make in order to be a serious tech venture. And over the last 3 months, we've done our best to bring them together. And so I'm going to talk a little bit next about how to make the most of tonight, because it is a special night. But first, I'd like to invite Deborah up to say a few words on her perspective on the program.
So I won't talk for too long, because I know you're really not here to hear from me. You're really here to hear from these wonderful founders who I would like to thank so much for not only building your businesses here in Westchester, but for committing to being in this program and really taking advantage of every opportunity that we've brought to you. I'd also, of course, like to thank our county executive and deputy county executive for supporting this effort. We really couldn't put on these programs without their support and commitment to the entrepreneurial space. And I'd very much like to thank John and Ariella and the rest of the Sella team, Georgie, for all their support of you and putting this great event together tonight, putting the great program together, and bringing the mentors to support each of you. I just want to tell you a little bit more about this startup ecosystem that John's referenced. We've been very excited to see the number of startups that have come out to apply for our programs and participate in our programs. We've been very excited to see the progress that they've made. And just last night, I was at a Westchester Angels event. We have a very active investing community. This was a super fun event held at the Capitol Theater in Garcia's. I don't know if any of you ever go there to hear live music. But it's, you know, there's things happening not just on the entrepreneurial side, but on the investor side. And it's really exciting to see how much is really going on here in Westchester. As an example of that, I did a quick data search this morning in PitchBook to see if I could figure out how much venture activity there has been in Westchester. And what I see is that over the last several years, there's been a steady increase in the number of deals and the size, not the size of the deals, but the total capital that's been invested in the companies. In 2022, there were 48 deals, amounting to about $370 million invested in local businesses by the venture community. And so far this year, we have about 11 deals and $250 million invested. So I think, you know, the year's only half over. I think we'll probably get up to about the same 350. And that number's been pretty steady the last few years, but it's climbed. If you were to look back from 2013, 2016, it's definitely climbing. But I think that's enough for you to hear from me. I think you're in for a real treat. I got to hear the presenters, the founders pitch a little bit earlier today. They did great. They're each working on something so unique and interesting. One of the things I love about my work is, there are niches everywhere. People are coming up with ideas, as the county executive was saying, but it's all about the execution, and these guys are going to tell you about how they're going to do that. So enjoy the evening.
So we echo the thanks to the Office of Economic Development for partnering with us to make this program. It is, from what we can tell, one of the first of its kind. Very few other municipalities or regional organizations putting forward an accelerator in this manner, so very proud to be a part of that. Also, thankful to the Rexon team, who has provided the venue here tonight. It is ideal for what we were about to see, and they run an amazing system of support as well as a great experience, so we very much appreciate that. I'm going to turn it over to the founders because that is what we are really all here to do tonight. Before I do, one quick request. This is a special night because of what the founders have built in their companies and what they have invested in leading this ecosystem forward over the last 3 months. But tonight is different because of all y'all. You are here not as an audience, you are here as an ecosystem. And the difference is that you're not here to listen and enjoy. You're here to find a role, find action that you can take on behalf of these founders. As you listen to these pitches, and they're really good, be thinking about what is the impact I can make for this venture? Is there an introduction that I can offer them? Do I have expertise that I can bring to the table based on the challenges and the opportunities that they're looking at? Because those are the things that are going to move the needle for these companies and also create a really great opportunity for you to be a deeper part of this ecosystem. Sound good?
Yeah.
You in? Are we in, Westchester? Okay, let's do it. First, it's Diadem Capital, Stephanie Reben, and Joe Hamill.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stephanie Reben, CEO and co-founder of Diadem Capital, a B2B funding platform for early-stage founders to access venture capital and venture debt. As a female immigrant founder, I know all too well the pain of trying to break into networks, and that's really why we started Diadem Capital. So before we jump into product, let's talk about the team. Joe and I. My background is I spent 12 years on Wall Street before jumping into the startup world, where I worked on product and fundraising for 2 separate funding marketplaces. And it's not the first time Joe and I are working together. We go back a decade. He was even at my oath ceremony 9 years ago when I became a US citizen.
I can't believe that it's been that long. Hi, everyone. I'm Joe Hamill, COO and co-founder. I spent a hair under a decade on the trading floor at Citi, where Steph and I worked together on Citi's #1 ranked digital tech platform that had over 100,000 institutional users on it. I took that experience and jumped into the fintech startup world, where we reunited about 2 years ago. Founders are spending 350 hours in several months just to try and secure their first capital commitments in their round. I'm sure everyone in this room can agree that warm introductions work best for fundraising. The problem with that is the amount of time that founders are spending researching, emailing, networking, doing LinkedIn outreach, all to try and find someone who knows that investor to get a warm intro is an inefficient and antiquated system for raising capital. Founders aren't the only ones struggling with this too. Investors have their issues. We know our investors are smart and they know how to assess deal flow. The problem is they can't invest in the best startups if they never saw the opportunity to begin with because it wasn't in their network. Here is a screenshot of our MVP marketplace. This is currently live. We spoke to investors and we put together a unique bucket system that uses 20 data points to get the right deal to the right investor every time. We tested our business model first, then started supporting it with tech, not build a whole tech platform and shove everyone into a box. Look, anyone can build a investor list that has filters, but Diadem goes beyond that. We go beyond stage, sector, and geography by capturing data that you only get through conversations, such as minimum TAM requirements, equity ownership targets by stage. Will they invest in a solo founder? How about a first-time founder? We even found that check size and revenue ranges, they're good, but in determining who gets to an investment committee, it's the sweet spot of those.
We're proud about our early wins, as we have generated almost $150K in revenue in 18 months since launch. We selected 28 founders to work with. 21 fundraisers were completed. 5 paused because they wanted to gain a little bit more traction, leaving us with 16 founders that got funded. Diadem placed capital in 6 of those, 4 equity deals, 2 debt deals, getting us to a remarkable founder funded rate of almost 40%, which is a nice indicator that we got a nose for finding fundable founders. All of this, we did it with a bootstrapped MVP. No automation, no tech, no marketing, just our network alone. Our success-based fee is our revenue model. It's based on the capital we introduce. It's in alignment with founders as well as investors. So when we talk to a fund GP, they go, oh, that's reasonable, and you're a true value add. That's why we're founder-aligned and VC accepted with a 3% fee on equity and 1% on debt. Thank you. We look forward to talking to you after the presentations and tell you a little bit more about ourselves. Would love any founder introductions you can make. And finally, talk about our own pre-seed fundraise, where we have 130K soft circled in our 500K round. We're going to take that capital to automate our processes to get to 1 million in revenue next year. Thank you.
Next, Lamont Badru, CEO of Paragon.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lamont Badru, and I'm the founder and CEO of Paragon, the ultimate community operating system. We're building an app that allows users to build, manage, and connect with their network, community, and organization in a more seamless and engaging way. Like rival siblings, iOS and Android are always competing for our attention, and in many situations, they tend not to play nicely together. Whether it's blurry photos and videos when sharing across the 2 platforms, or being the Android user in the iMessage group, and you're the green bubble that makes everything in the chat break, it's a huge problem. With Paragon, all group chats are created equal. In addition to chat, we also provide a dynamic social feed like LinkedIn, with the ability to make phone calls and video calls while allowing you to be in control of who can contact you. The definition of Paragon is to be the perfect form of something. We're building the perfect form. We're building the Paragon of digital communication, collaboration, collaboration and networking, combining the tools that you use across multiple stacks into one unified platform, and that's our value proposition. One of the features that we're most excited about building on is our interpretation of the channels feature, where users can create public or private communities where you can share content and information with your channel subscribers that they can engage with. Our initial target users are community groups, student organizations, and startups, because we want to learn as much about their needs and build the tools that make managing group communication more effective and engaging. To date, we've done a ton of customer discovery, and we're finally in a position to launch our beta, which we'll be rolling out next week. We're in the process of onboarding 12 organizations and 100 individual people who signed up for our wait list to bring them onto the platform so that we can start their discovery process on our platform. The market for social networking apps is huge, and we know some of the competitors that are out there. But I'll just say this. There's one thing that I probably do have in common with Mark Zuckerberg. We're both from Westchester. Our strategy is to convert users who download our app for organizational purposes to users who enjoy our features and want to use it in a broader social context, like networking and sharing content with friends and family. We plan to monetize by offering subscriptions for premium productivity features, like organizational workspaces similar to Slack, and we'll also let users pay for boosted posts and targeted ads on our platform. A bit about myself. I'm Lamont. Career community organizer and entrepreneur. I founded one of the first co-working spaces for startups and community groups in Yonkers called the Power Lab. My goal with Paragon is to leverage those experiences that I've gained around the process of community building and scale them digitally and globally. And I'm not alone. I'm joined by two of our initial team members, Veronica Roman, who's been a rock star helping us get to market, customer discovery, and everything that she's contributed to this project. And more recently by Benjamin Martinez, who is our full stack developer who's come on to help us manage our development process to take Paragon to the next level. We're currently raising, and we're looking for angels to support our pre-seed round who want to learn more about our vision and help us take Paragon from beta to our first 5,000 users, and then eventually into the hands of millions. So if that's you, I'll be available to talk after this presentation. Again, my name is Lamont, founder of Paragon, the ultimate community operating system. Thank you.
Next, we have Dalton Skach, CEO, Avi.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dalton Skach, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Avi. Avi is a real-time plane and flight tracker that provides travelers with the data and resources they need to have a better air travel experience. I know what it feels like to have a poor air travel experience. I have traveled to 40 countries, taken hundreds of flights, and most recently worked at American Express Ventures on their consumer travel investment team. Joining me in this journey is my co-founder, An Yuang, who worked as a software engineer for PayPal and most recently worked as the lead software engineer for 2 consumer tech startups in San Francisco and New York City. To properly explain the solution that we're building, I want to introduce you to one more person, which is my brother, Cole. Cole is a 24-year-old finance professional living in Chicago. As you can see in the picture behind me, he and I had a fantastic time attending the Kentucky Derby this year. But once the festivities were over, it was time for Cole to go home. So Cole wakes up early the next morning to catch his flight. He gets to the airport, and the airline tells him, hey, sorry, you're going to be delayed by at least an hour, and we're not going to tell you why. Does this sound familiar? Cole let me know, and I went online to see what I could find. And as it turned out, Cole's plane hadn't even left Atlanta yet, and it wasn't going to be leaving anytime soon. So rather than Cole be able to sleep in at the best hotel in Louisville, go to the gym, and go to breakfast with his brother, Cole sat in the airport for more than 5 hours waiting for his flight to arrive. If Cole had the same data that I did, Cole's day would have been completely different. And the fact that his flight was more than 5 hours delayed wouldn't have been that big of an issue. But the truth is, Cole isn't the only one that this is happening to. In 2022, 23% of commercial flights did not arrive to their destination on time, and 2% of flights were canceled altogether. This affected more than 750 million passengers worldwide just last year alone. And unfortunately, it's going to get worse. Air travel demand is outpacing airport infrastructure development. There is a mass labor shortage in the air travel industry, and the changing climate is causing more disruptions every single year, which is why we are building Avi. To combat the rising disruptions in the air travel industry and the lack of transparency, we are providing travelers with the data and resources that they need to be sufficiently prepared for their upcoming trip. With our MVP, travelers will be able to track their flight in real time, be notified of any major changes, as well as know if there's a higher probability of a delay or cancellation due to the weather, and if there is, be able to see the alternative flight options for the day of their departure and the surrounding days as well. Our vision is to enhance the user's air travel experience by providing them with personalized services and amenities based on their flight frequency, their destinations, and the flight information. These add-on services include lounge passes, instant payout insurance, travel visas, carbon offsets, and more to ensure that they have a seamless and comfortable journey. As it relates to our business model, we intend to offer our main product for free, and then which is our flight data, and then to be able to utilize this information to upsell these products and services mentioned here. And why will travelers use Avi? The reasons that they will use Avi are because that we are providing the travelers with the answers, notifications, and insights that the airlines and the online travel agencies do not provide them. And because we are also providing them with all these services and amenities in one place rather than using multiple sources. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about what we are building at Avi. We are not fundraising at this time, but what you can do is download our app and tell everybody you can about how Avi is going to take their air travel experience to new heights. Thank you.
Next, please welcome Green Rush by Design, Kim Tompkins and Jamila Morris.
Hello, I'm Kim Tompkins.
And I'm Jamila Morris.
We are founders of Green Rush by Design and a mother and daughter team.
We're here unleashing the power of the marijuana industry, igniting the opportunity for entrepreneurs,
Job seekers,
and students. Our vision is to become the #1 career navigational platform for the cannabis industry. Join us on our journey. One day, my mother came to me and said, "Let's start a marijuana business." I was perplexed and said, "Why?"
I understand New York State, is opening up the adult use marijuana industry so residents can benefit. I believe we can help. And it was this conversation that was the beginning of Green Rush by Design.
Green Rush by Design is an online career navigational platform to help individuals enter the cannabis industry faster and with more success.
Now, to understand the marijuana industry, let's take a second and look at alcohol. At one time, it was prohibited, with agencies either confiscating or destroying product. Now it's accepted and encouraged at almost any social event, like this one.
The communities that can benefit from this industry is just not getting the information or resources to participate. The problem is there's a glut of information with not one location to shine a light on these opportunities.
We have a better solution. We set up an online educational platform that can take someone with limited knowledge of the cannabis industry and help them choose the right school, the right job, or the right business opportunity.
Our business model is twofold. Currently, we're earning revenue from individual enrollments. In the future, we're looking to add revenue from educational partnerships.
We started our market research and course development, and these are ongoing activities. The fundraising will help us with community outreach, partnerships, and sales.
Why now? This is $1 billion market with only 40% participation nationally and in New York State. But these numbers are growing every month. It is inevitable that workforce development is needed.
Now, we're going to start with 4 local areas, which represents a $372,000 market. But we will be diligently working into more Westchester areas, which represents a $1.3 million market. Now, let's take a second and understand the historic value of this moment. Right now, this industry is closed for federal purposes. That means national companies cannot participate.
Yay!
But the New York market is open. That means small companies, individuals, nonprofit, and government agencies have an opportunity for first to market, and so do you.
Meet the team. This is my mom, Kim Tompkins, with over 25 years of experience, including 10 at Dale Carnegie, helping with professional development.
Jamila Morris, 10 years corporate experience in charge of the customer journey.
And that's my brother, Stefan Collymore. He's here to help us with operations.
Now, calling angel investors. Be a pioneer. Reap the rewards. Shape the future, and talk to us after the presentations are over.
Thank you.
Next, we have Ryan Maldonado from Macro, but first, let me check in with y'all. How are we doing? Yeah? Okay. Are we thinking about introductions we can make? Yeah? We've got ideas? There's that comment section in the back of the programs that we provided. We've also provided pens. It's not for your to-do list tomorrow. If you have an idea for one of these companies, write it down. Hopefully you have an idea for all of them. And if you don't get to them, you can follow up with us after and make that offer, or if you talk to that founder, remember what you wanted to give them. So go ahead, all right? Ryan, to you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan Maldonado. I'm the founder and CEO of Macro, and I help busy professionals optimize their health and fitness without sacrificing the foods that they enjoy. Now, back when I used to have a full head of hair, I worked as a personal trainer for about 6 years, and I always felt limited in the impact that I was able to have in my clients' health and fitness journeys. Once they left the gym, they didn't have the guidance and accountability that they needed to achieve sustainable results on their own. Now, I want to ask you, have you ever felt like you just didn't have enough time to prioritize your health and fitness while also juggling a demanding career, family, and personal life? Have you ever felt frustrated and discouraged after investing time, money, and energy into working out and eating healthier and you weren't satisfied with your results? Or maybe you've tried diets and nutrition programs and it left you feeling deprived and restricted of the foods that you enjoy. Well, you're not alone. According to a recent survey by Les Mills, 80% of Americans struggle with reaching their health and fitness goals for these same exact reasons. That's why I created Macro, which focuses on one-on-one behavioral modification coaching that equally addresses mindset, nutrition, and exercise. We help you break the attitudes and habits that are holding you back while teaching you new ones to get and stay in the best shape of your life. We believe that fitness begins with the mind and ends with the body. So how do we do this? We have a premium app service that allows you to work directly with your own health and fitness coach that will design a customized program tailored to your needs and lifestyle. Featured on our app is live and on-demand virtual fitness classes that don't require any equipment and can be performed at home or while traveling. Through virtual consultations and daily instant messaging, your coach will support you while keeping you accountable and motivated to your goals. And last but not least, our custom-made programs will help you achieve results whenever and wherever is convenient for you. So how do we monetize this? Upon subscribing to our app, you'll have free access to our expansive workout library for 30 days. Then, once you're ready to upgrade, you can choose from several affordable programs that fit your needs and preferences. Since launching Macro in January of 2020, the company has generated $145,000 in revenue without any investing. We worked with busy professionals ranging from all different backgrounds, such as working moms, the vice president of Facebook, CEOs, investors, realtors, and married couples. In other words, it doesn't matter how busy you are, we have strategies in place to ensure that you achieve your goals. Compared to our competitors such as Future, Noom, and Peloton, we offer one-on-one personal training, nutritional coaching, and live and on-demand virtual fitness classes all on one platform. Our go-to-market strategy consists of partnering with corporations to incentivize health and fitness for their employees to increase productivity and performance in the workplace. Currently, we're seeking industry professionals that are committed to providing innovative solutions for the health and fitness industry through technology. We're also looking to fundraise right now to increase our sales and marketing and enhance product performance. Now, if you're looking to get involved with the Macro venture and help change the lives of busy professionals all around the world through health and fitness, I would love to speak with you after this presentation. Again, my name is Ryan Maldonado. I'm the founder and CEO of Macro, and I want to thank you for your time and consideration today.
All right, next we have Symphonic, Ivan Riddell.
Hello, Westchester. My name is Ivan Riddell, and I'm the founder and CEO of Symphonic. We're a much better way to license music to businesses and municipalities, premised on sponsoring local talent. We're based in Westchester, which is a great thing because of them. They are amazing. Westchester is packed with music talent. In fact, if you remember nothing else from today, remember them. They are seriously, seriously good. And you can access a playlist of them with the QR code on the lower left side of the screen. Now, If you go to a pub or a restaurant in Westchester, chances are you're never going to be able to catch one of their songs. And that has nothing to do with their talent. It has to do with the way in which we license music. Anybody that streams music to the public, pubs, restaurants, Westchester County, when you do a 4th of July or Memorial Day event, everybody needs a music license. The problem is 90% of the market is in the hands of two companies, ASCAP and BMI. And because they are monopolies, they charge high monopoly prices. It's very difficult to tell what songs are within each repertoire, so most commercial users get both licenses. And most importantly, they only offer you one single type of license. It's called the blanket license. It's an all-you-can-eat license. You pay the same no matter who you play, superstars. And that's a terrible thing for local artists, because if you're a pub or a restaurant and you're already paying for superstars, chances are you're not going to go out of your way to sponsor a local artist. Now, we have known that blanket licenses, ASCAP and BMI, are terrible for a very, very long time. Terrible for artists, terrible for businesses. In 1941, the Department of Justice sued them because they were abusing members and users. And since then, they have been operating under consent decrees that regulate everything from pricing to membership to sales practices. Now, I have spent a ridiculous amount of time thinking about these issues. I wrote my doctoral dissertation on blanket licenses, ASCAP and BMI. My wife is in the audience. If you reach out to her, she will tell you that if you suffer from insomnia, reading my dissertation solves that problem. Now, I have spent the last 20 years working on these issues, advising artists and music publishers, governments and competition authorities, for secretaries of state. But I realize that even though government oversight is absolutely necessary, it's not enough. If we want these markets to perform well for artists and creative industries and our local communities, we need better business models as well. So I'm very excited today to introduce to you a new business model. Symphonic offers small businesses free music licenses, provided that they sponsor local artists. We don't charge them anything, and we make it very easy for them to find these local artists that I showed you before, as simply as finding a QR code with their phone. We are free for artists. I see some of you in the audience. We never charge artists anything. No admin fees, no membership, nothing. Now, to you, Westchester County municipalities, we will charge you a little bit of money. But first, it's going to be much cheaper than ASCAP and BMI. And unlike them, we will never ask you to share your revenues from ticketed events with us. Second, and most importantly, yes, we are a product for everyone else, but to you, we are a policy tool. We are perhaps the best, most effective policy tool that we've had in decades to promote the well-being of local artists and to reduce a little bit the meaningful burden that PROs impose on small businesses. Now, today, we're not looking for funding. We're looking for you, Westchester County. We're looking for you, municipalities. Join us, work with us. Help us make Westchester a much better place for artists and small businesses. Thank you.
Okay, next, Swarna Ananthan of Magic Polygon.
Hi, I'm Swarna Ananthan, founder and CEO of Magic Polygon. Magic Polygon, weaving generational bonds through the magic of storytelling. Storytelling is love, connection, and creativity, but the distance is tough. I saw the need for Magic Polygon with my own challenges of bonding my son with my parents living in India. Remember how we bonded with our grandparents through stories. Just holding a book over a Zoom or FaceTime is not very engaging. I kept thinking, what is the magic of storytelling that's missing? Is it the voices, or the pictures, or the different versions of the same story that me and my husband would make up? It's everything. It's moments of pure joy and connection. Welcome to Magic Polygon. Magic Polygon is an app that allows kids and their families to create, record themselves narrating a story, and live stream a storytelling session with interactive animations and share them from anywhere at any time. Once I came up with the solution, I saw a potential usage in a classroom setup based on the feedback from early childhood educators and teachers. Let's see how the Magic Polygon experience looks like. Parents can invite their family members as storytellers to the platform. The family members can record stories using the animated picture books available in the platform, and the kids can listen to the stories. Family members can also schedule a live story session. It's like cousins across the world can listen to the grandma at the same time. This is my mom telling stories to my son and my brother's son, one living in New York, another one living in Pennsylvania. Kids can upload their own picture books and create their own stories, and they can co-create stories with other kids as well. Teachers love this feature for classroom engagement. We currently have a utility patent granted for this method of storytelling, and our app is available in the App Store. We heard a lot of good feedback from both teachers and parents. Pre-launch, we did a pilot trial with a bilingual school in Hoboken. We are in talks with Liberty Science Center and a charter school in California. Our business model is subscription-based. We offer monthly and annual subscription for families and a tier-based group subscription for class. We are targeting the families in US, Europe, and India, and also schools and learning centers in those places. Our initial total addressable market ranges to $6 billion with a scope for global expansion. Our true differentiation is providing a secure platform with simple co-creation of stories. I'm a solo founder supported by 5 freelancers. I have more than 18 years of experience in the field of software engineering, working with various companies and startups. I was the first Android engineer at Peloton. We would love your support. I'm seeking to connect with decision makers in elementary schools, preschools, and libraries for virtual story times. Please download the app and spread the word to the families. I would love to hear your feedback. If you're interested in learning more, please feel free to talk to me, and feel free to reach out to me via email as well. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Greenery by Greenfire, Uzma Bahayat, and Nicole Lee.
Hi, I'm Nicole Lee.
Hi, I'm Uzma Bayat.
And we're with Greenfire, a technology company aiming to bridge the real world with the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Today we're presenting Greenery, a bookkeeping and accounting cryptocurrency wallet. Does anyone here own crypto? Perhaps even have some financial investments, okay. So you think about the time and energy you put into your portfolio. Now imagine it all being lost. This recently happened to FTX exchange users whose funds were misappropriated because they didn't have control of their own assets. The crypto market is growing. Secure management tools are desperately needed. Traders today resort to using Excel spreadsheets to keep track of their earnings. Ridiculous. Audience, bottom line, if there are apps and software to help you support your cash and stocks, why don't we have the same for crypto? This question inspired Greenery.
Avid traders currently face 3 problems. Transactional data lives in multiple places, so it's very difficult to have a holistic view of all of your holdings in one place. Users have deep concerns of losing access to their funds. In 2021, a user lost $220 million simply because he misplaced his password. Now that just sounds a little heartbreaking to me. And as much as people don't like to admit it, Sending errors by copying and pasting crypto addresses is way too common of a problem, resulting in people sending money to the wrong address. Greenery addresses all of these 3 issues. Greenery is a desktop wallet, which means that it lives directly on your machine, which means that you have control of it at all times, which FTX users would have really appreciated. And all of the activity within the wallet is formatted for tax reconciliation. You don't have to have a panic attack about losing your password ever again because we have created a very unique offline password recovery mechanism. And lastly, we also support human-readable addresses, which is essentially a social media handle for your crypto addresses so that you don't have to worry about sending your money to the wrong person.
So crypto wallets today allow for basic functionality: buy, sell, and store your crypto. Then there's the tax software that only does your taxes. Greenery takes all these great elements and puts them into one seamless application. So the US market today has about 46 million crypto holders. The avid user spends about, or trades about 25,000 or more per year. That opens up a market potentially worth about $58 billion for us to tap into.
The Greenery app will be available to download for free on the macOS and Windows app stores. Greenery strives to be an educator in the space, and we want to make sure that all the users on our platform are very well versed in understanding how to manage their crypto at all times. And we'll do that via videos, podcasts, and speaking engagements. We also want to create a live online presence and community, and we'll do that via targeted ads on social media, partnering with online influencers, and then monthly email newsletters.
So today, literally today, we just finished development, and we're preparing for beta testing, so if anyone's interested, let us know. After that, we will be ready to launch. So our roadmap includes enhancements to our accounting software for individual users, and then we'll broaden that for small businesses in the crypto space, putting us in direct competition with the likes of QuickBooks. So our business model is that Greenery is free to download and use. However, there are service fees for in-app swaps, as well as in-app purchases. And then we also receive a commission for when users register for crypto exchanges through one of our affiliate links. Lastly, for support of those small businesses using crypto, we will manage their crypto for a fee. So Uzma is a data analyst and helped the first version of Greenery when she helped code it. And Corey's in the audience. He's an IT admin, a certified Bitcoin professional. He can answer any question you have around cryptocurrency. And even he's responsible for us being up here. And myself, I'm a process and operations business leader. We're the right mix of talent for this project.
So if there's anything you're taking away from this presentation today, is that crypto is going nowhere. And we don't want you to feel FOMO out on an opportunity to be a part of our journey. We are looking to invest right now, and we'd love to speak with you afterwards on how you can help us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next, welcome David Arnett, CEO, Chuck.
Hello. That's the first time I did it in the right order. Hey, I'm David Arnett, co-founder and CEO of Chuck. Chuck is a platform for sports fans who need both curated content and social connection in order to fully experience the joy of sports. Quick show of hands, how many of you are sports fans? Well, you're not alone. I think we all know, but especially those of you with your hands up know, that sports are just better together. They're the foundational glue in many friendships. They connect fans across generations. They're shared nostalgia with new memories added and widely discussed every day. And yet, as we think of the social sports landscape as it exists today, there's sports content anywhere, most obviously on ESPN. You can have a conversation within your social network, say on Facebook. You can talk about your favorite team on Reddit. But you can't do all three of those things in the same place at the same time. And that really matters because that's what people choose to do in real life. Right? If you go to Yankee Stadium, you're generally going to have a conversation with the 3 to 4 people you went to the game with. You're not going to talk to the other 50,000 people in the building. So here's how we deliver the experience that sports fans tell us that they want. You tell us your favorite teams. We will give you the best 24/7, 365 feed of just the sports stuff you care about. We're able to do that by collecting content from over 1,000 publishers, several of whom we formed early partnerships with. and licensing real-time sports data that let us show you live play-by-play, box scores, stats, standings, anything a sports fan would expect. And in the very same environment, we enable you to be part of the conversation yourself. You can post your own thoughts. You can comment on your friends' thoughts. You can debate the latest trade rumors with the entire fan base if that's what you choose to do. But most people don't choose to do that, right? They choose to have private conversations, so we have that too. You can have the same conversation you would sort of have in a text message thread now, but on Chuck, you're able to do it in the context of all of the sports information you're talking about, including following live games together. And last but not least, we know that gamification is a really important part of the social sports experience. Sports fans are competitive by nature. That's part of the reason they like sports in the first place. So what you're looking at here are the standings for the first game we've developed, a game called Chuckle, which is like a sports trivia version of Wordle. Fans can compete themselves, they can compete against their friends, they can compete against other fan bases. And that's going to be the model for every game we develop at Chuck. The market opportunity here is obviously enormous, right? There are many, many millions of American sports fans. There are literally billions of global sports fans. Based on industry averages, we think we can monetize at about $10 in annual revenue per user, which gets us to a $30 billion annual TAM, if we do this right. We've got a wonderful, successful, really experienced and complementary team. I myself have 25 years in product leadership. My co-founder, Dave Ludwig, who's here today. Hi, Dave. Has spent most of his career building and fostering communities in youth sports. Our marketing lead is a sports industry veteran, and our tech team just has a ton of startup experience. We've been able to raise over $1 million to date for this business already, which has been amazing. We launched our MVP, as the timing works out, exactly 2 years ago today. We launched the Chuckle game I showed you last summer, and most importantly, we're about 95% done with the 2.0 version of the Chuck app, which is really the version that meets the minimum remarkable product standard that Dave and I have always held our business to. We know that it takes a lot to compete with names like ESPN and Facebook, and our little team is getting that done. Would love to talk to you more about Chuck after the presentations are over, and we're particularly interested in connecting with strategic investors or advisors in the consumer, social, or sports industry space. Thank you so much.
Okay, this is it. Last one. Ready? Spencer Potter, Club Grub.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Spencer Potter. I'm the founder of Club Grub. Our app lets golfers order food and drinks from the clubhouse and get them delivered to their GPS course location. We're a post-revenue B2B2C SaaS company with renewals and are positioned to reshape the golf industry. Golf is growing tremendously right now. It's getting younger, it's becoming more fun. Last year alone in the US, over 550 million rounds of golf were played, and nearly 1 billion were played globally. So the next question, what's the problem? Food and beverage access during these rounds ranges from nearly, like almost impossible to inconvenient or all entirely impossible, right? During a typical 4 to 5 hour round of golf, you only have about 1 or 2 real opportunities to buy food and drinks. And because you don't want to lose your place in line, you tend to settle for hot dogs and granola bars, not very exciting menu options. And this is a universal problem that exists at every type of course you'll play, whether it's an elite private club or a local municipal course here in the county. And given the 1 billion rounds that are played every single year, this sport is ripe for innovation right now. So how do we bridge the gap between what golfers want and what clubhouses can offer them? And the answer is Club Grub mobile ordering. It's the convenience of Uber Eats meets the social experience of Topgolf. Now golfers can access more exciting menu options during their rounds, from craft beers and premium cocktails to fresh clubhouse sandwiches and even salads. And now they can do this on all 18 holes, not just 1 or 2. And the best part, with our embedded GPS delivery technology, golfers can place their orders and continue enjoying their rounds, and the clubhouse will find them when that order's ready. This unlocks revolutionary, modern, social, fun golf experiences for the next generation and beyond. And for our business partner, our app helps them capture all of those previously missed opportunities and unlocks brand new revenue streams, which is a win-win for everyone. Let's talk about our pricing model quickly. We operate for our public course restaurants, we operate on an Uber Eats type pricing model where we charge a flat rate of 10%. For our private clubs, we charge an annual SaaS license anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. We believe we can scale these up significantly as we get more market adoption. Our total addressable market just for the B2B product is in the $500 to $600 million range. We believe several B2C opportunities also open up at this point. Several high-profile clubs here in the New York metro area rely on Club Grub for their food and beverage, including Glen Arbor Golf Club, Bulls Bridge Golf Club, Rutgers University, and others. And we are in the process of expanding to the world's largest year-round golf market, which is Florida. Has over 1,200 courses alone within its borders. And let's talk about golfers. They love our app. Over a 60% conversion rate in our app right now. And our sales cycle and onboarding times have reduced tremendously to the point that we can get any golf course restaurant accepting mobile orders in our app in under 30 minutes. Let's talk about the awesome team behind this and how we got here. I'm Spencer. I'm a solo founder. I come from a digital payments background with MasterCard. I'm also an entertainment executive, so I understand the value of experiences in this day and age. We also have a large full-time development team of front and back-end engineers, quality assurance, project managers, and we're adding to this team every day. But mobile ordering is not all. Our roadmap gets really exciting from here. Later this year, we're looking to scale our portfolio of clubs by partnering with a number of the large club management companies that are out there. And at that point, we're going to be able to attract major advertisers in our technology. After that, we're going to roll out our most exciting product yet, which is drone delivery. This is going to reduce labor cost for our club partners, increase revenue for Club Grub, and deliver the most innovative golf experiences imaginable. We're also on the road to partnering with pro golfers, somebody we can envision wearing our logo on Sunday at the Masters, and then expand into international markets and beyond. We believe we can continue to make Westchester a global hub of sports tech innovation, and that Club Grub will change the sport of golf forever. We are currently looking for strategic angel investment at this time, and also any introductions you can provide to local club managers here in the area. I thank you for listening. If you'd like to continue the conversation, I'll be outside shortly. Thank you so much.
Okay, already too much from me, so we're going to stop here. We have refreshments coming out of the back in a few minutes, and everybody's sticking around to continue the conversations you were having prior to the pitches and now with the pitchers and about the pitches. Last, I'd be remiss not to recognize our team. Specifically want to thank our program director, Ariella Shai, and our Director of Content and Marketing, Georgianne Gettin. Literally made it all happen for these founders. But now you are. So that's it. Enjoy. Refreshments are coming out now, I see. And thank you for coming.